Hey y'all, B.Hall here. I hope everyone's doing well. I am just appearing on camera real quick to give a disclaimer. We are missing the first 15 minutes of this video due to some technical difficulties. It's still a really good episode. The whole thing is about 45 minutes because we're missing the first 15 minutes. If you would like to listen to it in its entirety, you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts on, we're there. Okay, the Pretty Ugly Struggle podcast. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties, but you didn't miss much besides introductions, really. So it's still a really good episode. We are talking to a black man about some. We're talking to a black man about some black issues. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate you guys. And share if you will. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Anyway, fuck them kids and all that.
How are your teenagers handling the pandemic, though?
I think they're, my kids been in white school their whole life. Like,
yeah.
They've been in Keller and, where did we work for Keller? Mid-cities. And so this is their first experience with an all-black cast.
Oh.
So, and we've never lived, so... My daughter, she hood, like she liking it, she loving it. And my son, he's kind of like your daughter, he's laid back, so he can adapt to the environment. So they're telling me they're loving it. Right before we moved, I had a conversation with my son. I was like, so how is it at your school? Do you have to put a face on every day? He was like, Dad, man, I'm getting fed up with he's like sometimes they making jokes about this and that, and these white kids and the black dudes be laughing. I'm like, that shit ain't cool. I'm like, okay, so
yeah.
So he was ready for the transition, I think.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she's always been through this, so it's been a soft transition because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's been perfect for us.
Perfect.
I went from here to Georgia, and it was a culture shock for my kids when they were like, there are literally no other races at their school. Like it's all black. And they was like, I don't have one black kid at my school. I mean, no one white kid at my school. And it was hard for my son at first because he hung around Mexicans and white people like out there at Southwest.
He's kind of alternative kind of kid.
Wedgwood. He was going to Wedgwood. I moved him at literally all black. But when I tried to get him to go to like a charter school in the white neighborhood, for lack of better words, he was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Kids
actually
are very resilient.
Yeah.
They gonna find a way.
Yeah. I used to be like, are you sure? And now I don't even know if they understand that they're black. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because they ain't had to experience racism. They've never experienced racism. I told my son, I was like, what would you do if you get pulled over or whatever? Because, the things that's going on, right? He was like, I've gotten pulled over. And I was like, what happened? He was like, we were skipping school. We went to go smoke weed. Police officer pulled him over, a white cop and a black cop. And he was like, the white cop let us go. He's like, let us go. He was like, I see what y'all doing. Put the weed away and go back to school. And I was like, do you realize?
Was he high school or college?
High school.
Oh, high school.
And he was like, I was like, do you realize that is not normal? Like, that's abnormal. But he doesn't.
Where's he at?
In Atlanta. But that he didn't realize that because there are no white people really. You get what I'm saying? Right. But then he go to Morehouse, and he at Morehouse, and it's all black, So he still has not experienced that being a black man in a white world. And I worry about that.
Because when he was here in Texas, he was younger.
Yeah, he was a kid, So you don't really understand racism
It's power in a sense, too. I heard Farrakhan say that's the reason this generation is so powerful, because they never experienced oppression.
That's good.
So once they don't, the problem is they don't have a guide or a leader. But if we were able to channel that energy, they would be the most powerful generation ever, because they never faced, they're like, fuck the police. Shit.
Yeah. You know what? When you look at it like that, that is so freaking true.
They're not, like my generation, we seen slavery, they kill your ass.
Yeah.
But kids
yeah.
Privilege. I got a gun too.
And when all this stuff is going on, I was really like, oh my daughter, she cultured, like she with the culture. My son is like,
whatever.
What the fuck ever? And I was like, dude, I'm really in tears with all these different things going on. And then I think when I had that talk with him, I was like, that's you. That could be you anytime. And then I think it kind of like hit him, and then he was like, "Oh, okay." But I do.
Because I remember you having a conversation with him wearing his dreads in his face and things like that. Like, take your hair out your face and, you know, stand up straight type shit. And
because I was
like, what? I like my hair like this.
Yeah, he keep a hoodie on. You know, he got his dreads, and I was like, you don't even realize that when somebody see you, they see a black man first. Then they see you smell like weed everywhere you go. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So now they see a weed head black boy, you know, like, so they're going to treat you as such, not knowing you're a straight A student at a prestigious college doing your thing. You know what I mean? They don't know that about you.
That you're a band geek and you are amazing with art and shit. Like,
but they see you riding around a little Lexus, smoking it out with dreads all in your hair.
Right. But see, I think that's the two generations. Like, our generation is like you can't get a job that way. And he's like, no, Soulja Boy, a millionaire right now.
Exactly.
Because what you said, he look like a rap star that you be calling him.
Travis Scott. I think so.
Like, we don't like they don't have a mold because they like my generation. We getting paid from looking at any way we want to look, dressing how we want to dress.
Listen. No.
Tats on our face and all.
Like, we getting paid. So what you talking about, Mom?
My daughter went to go for a job interview the other day. I was like, go get dressed. She come back. I'm like, what you got on?
That's not
she got a crop top showing her belly and some slacks. Like, she like, I got on dress pants.
I'm dressed up, Bob. This is business casual.
Listen, I started to like just say something, but I just was like, okay. You know, she got the job.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's different. It's not the same no more. All them conservatives out. Like, it's black people, it's young people running shit now. So.
Yeah. Because I even be thinking about the kids that like when I go places and I see women, grown ass women, you got pink hair. I ain't hiring you at my office place with pink hair. I mean, I ain't trying to discriminate, y'all. I'm not trying to. It's just something about professionalism to me.
Right, of course.
I think it's a time and a place for everything, and that may be the military in me. But I just certain
you
things.
In the military?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like certain things is like
she just retired this year.
There should be order. I just retired in June.
How many years? Congrats.
19 years. I got out on a medical retirement, but 19 years, 7 months. So I was 20 years, pretty much 20 years.
In the mix.
Thank you.
Congrats. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. But
hand clap button.
Let me give myself a applause. But yeah, so anyway, that is. I just feel like there should be a certain amount of professionalism when you're doing certain things,
Agreed.
and I think we should instill that in our children because. You're gonna get to a point where everybody coming to a job interview with their pants sagging, or even
midriffs out.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think about it. We ain't gonna be going back to work at all
in a minute, huh? Yeah.
So we gonna be in our bed anyway.
In our beds
so
anyway.
your daughter she getting that jump start. She getting the jump
start. She working from the bed.
That's how it's gonna be. Like,
this is wild.
So I'm telling you, so I got an old aunt. She's old school, and I used to talk to her about my kids not wanting to clean up. Like, I used to make my kids clean. Like, I had to clean up every Saturday morning. You know how it is. Listen to Betty Wright cleaning up.
Absolutely.
She like, them kids ain't gonna be cleaning no kitchen. Stop making them do that shit. You gonna have a maid anyway. I'm like, you got a point.
You're right.
You got a point.
You're right.
So I'm wasting my time for real. They would learn that shit.
Yeah.
Why somebody doing that shit for them?
Me and my dude, we get into it all the time because I say, he's very traditional, and I'm a little bit more liberal. Like, I let everything slide. And he's like...
Wait. Liberal or spoiling?
No, liberal.
Okay.
I'm a little...
She's a mother. Y'all do.
I'm more understanding, and I'm understanding that their desires are changing with the times. He's more like, no, this is how I was raised. You get a job, you clean up, you do these things. And I'll be like...
Right.
That doesn't... To me, it doesn't instill... work ethic. I don't even want them to learn work ethic. I want them to learn like business minded stuff.
Shit.
You know,
how to create shit.
How to create jobs instead of getting a job. You know, which I don't look down on anybody who works because shit,
gotta work.
Everybody gotta work. You know,
live.
everybody can't be the boss. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we got CEOs. Like you can still be successful not owning a business, but I want them to always have the mindset that that is not the only option.
Right. That's not the only option. That's important.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
That's why I started doing my t-shirt stuff. It wasn't me. I'm not trying to make the money. I just want them to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the steps.
I remember I used to own a shoe store, like years ago in Atlanta, and I remember going into my daughter. My daughter was like, "Mama, I want you to see something." She might have been like first, second grade. I go in her room. She has her whole room set up like a shoe boutique. Wow. She got all her shoes out with tags like this one's for sale. And it was like, dang, she watching me.
Did it make you proud at that moment? Yeah,
and
proud mommy moment.
And then it's transitioning into now. She see mama work and run businesses. She got her job and she got her business, you know? So it's like,
that's what it's about.
That's what you want to show them, you know? You want to lead by example. Like, this ain't the only way.
And that she's going to be a productive adult in this world. You know, she's adding to the world, not taking away, you know?
I think that's the most important part of our culture is leaving something for our kids and our kids not having to start at ground zero. Because I feel like I have to not love mom, dad, love y'all. But I just,
a lot of us
they were working. They progressed to a certain point and then we had to progress to a certain point. I think it's just about not
every generation getting better.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I always said, the other team, the other side always had a safety net, and sometimes we didn't have that safety net.
Trust fund babies.
You know, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about now, I think.
I'm jealous. That even goes with like life insurance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we don't feel like we need life insurance. It's just like throw me in a box and throw away life insurance ain't. It's not only for burying you. White people use that as
to get inheritance.
That's their inheritance money. You know what I mean? And we don't think about that. We die and we leave our kids with our homes that we done worked our butts off, and now they got to sell it because they can't afford it. No, leave enough money for them to pay off that house and they can do something with it, some money that they can start their own business. Like, leave them with something versus, damn burial bill.
But at the same time, like, I think it's not always we don't care. Sometimes we don't know.
Absolutely. Most of the time we don't know. The ignorance of it. Yeah. Like, my mom didn't know how to help me fill out to go to college and shit and FAFSA and things like that. I'm like, I got to go to my counselor because I don't know either. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot. And I'm still to this day, teaching my mom shit. I'm her damn mama.
But that's real though.
Yeah.
Like, I never balanced a checkbook at home. My mom never talked about stuff, life insurance. I can't remember going to the doctor when I was a kid. Man, put some ice on that shit.
What? Man. Oh, ginger ale. You stomach hurt. You some ginger ale. You got some vapor rub.
No medical insurance. None of that. Nah, man. So
I was forced to grow up a little faster because I had my son so young. So she had to start teaching me life skills early, you know. But I always been that person though that's like, how I do this? How do I do this? And if she didn't know, I was Googling it. I'm going to figure out a way to find out, so.
And the life skill part, I was buying groceries at 10 and walking to the store and buying cigarettes at 10. But just the others, like the financial side of it,
And we still really don't talk about money. I talked about for the last 5 years, been telling my mom, you need at least a savings account. You need something, you have a tire fund, a car fund or something. You need other money just in this one checking account. And I'm going to start when I'm open when. She doesn't get the severity of it. She doesn't understand, you need to save money. But she does have life insurance and things like that. We got that stuff settled, but there's other stuff that I still have to, teach her and try to walk her through, which is cool. I mean, it's part of it.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Share the experience.
I know, Biggie.
So let me tell y'all something else. This is so off subject about Seneca. So I posted a freaking picture of somebody saying, I think it was like a meme. It was a meme. I posted a meme and it said, why y'all niggas take so many selfies because they think they a bad bitch.
Yeah.
He come on commenting, ain't nothing wrong with that. And I mean, literally going in on me.
Put it in perspective because it wasn't like me taking up for the dude taking selfies.
Okay.
It wasn't like that.
Tell us how it was.
Let me hear
okay. So from my perspective, I didn't feel like you were taking up for a man who do that. I felt like you were like, is something wrong with me as a woman because I find that to be feminine. And that's why, that's going to lead us into where we're going to end this conversation with toxic masculinity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because
you thought that was feminine masculinity.
I feel like men who take a whole bunch post. You can take as many pictures as you want of yourself, but if I go through your social media and your timeline and it's just a whole bunch of
you in the mirror and shit,
different angles of you looking cute and stuff. It's for me as a woman, it's kind of like.
So there are certain things that are feminine and masculine, and there's some things that are human.
Okay.
Me being confident in myself and liking the way I look, that's human.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about you using social media to post a whole bunch of, okay, let me talk. I'm going to use you for example. Okay, go. Bridget posts nothing but pictures of herself. 100 of them all the time.
Okay.
And she be on there, I'm so pretty. Oh, look at me. I'm beautiful.
Okay.
That's not true, guys.
Yes, you do.
I don't say that shit.
Yes, you do.
I come in there looking rough. Get the fuck out of here.
You just posted some shit the other day. I was like, you had those lashes on, and you was like, "Ooh, I look so pretty."
I call myself look. But last night I
But
posted.
you look good though. You like?
But it ain't even like that. But
It's
go
not-
ahead. Go ahead. Go off. Go
There's
off.
nothing wrong with it. It's
But
really.
if a man did it,
But when I see a man, I mean, it's okay every now and then for a man to be like, "Hey, look at your boy today."
Right.
fly.
But if every day you got a selfie from a different angle, I personally just be like,
So what? Okay, and I asked her to describe feminine, because feminine to me means you like gay.
no.
You little woman.
Feminine does not mean you're gay. Feminine means that you're doing things that are descriptive of a woman doing.
Okay, well that's nothing wrong with that either, because some men do it just because they were raised by women, and that's the majority of a lot of black women.
That's a lot. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that about a lot of black men.
It's true.
When I'm realizing that a lot of men have a lot of sisters in the house because all the black men were gone.
They
Even
weren't
the
playing, right? That's
sons,
true.
you know what I'm saying? Uncles, they ain't had no uncles because they in prison. So the sons, the ones who made it out the hood, or the ones who are still alive and not in prison or whatever,
Right.
they do have a lot of how ways that they handle themselves is how I would think.
'Cause they only
I don't know,
see-
because my brother is raised around women, and I don't see him as being
It
feminine.
doesn't happen all the time. It
Yeah,
doesn't-
but I do know some guys.
I'm not gonna say that.
No, you can.
I'm not gonna say he's feminine, but his reaction and how he handles things to me is
Can
Well,
be feminine sometimes.
it can be handled to me like how a woman handles her emotion. I just feel like women are expected to be, and this is where my problem is, because I'm very stereotypical. I believe in stereotypes, and that's a bad thing on my end. Is that I feel like sometimes we as women should handle things. We handle things because it's in us. We're emotional creatures.
Right.
God put that in us. Like, we're emotional. We react with our emotions. We do things based off the way we feel. So when I see a man that does that primarily, like most of his reactions are based off of his feelings and not logic, I might say some shit like, which is wrong, y'all. Something like, damn, he feminine, like, or that's too girly for me, like, because I'm expecting, and that's me putting toxic masculinity on a man, because I'm expecting you to be, I want to look at you like you handle shit with logic. Let me handle the shit with emotion. But that's hard.
That's not fair.
I shouldn't be putting that on you, though. So that's me and my issue.
I think that's gender roles. And we all have gender roles depending on how we were brought up, how we were raised, where we experienced. So, I mean, I'm like that too. Like, I tell my father, you are, and I tell my boys, like, you can't be an emotional black man. They're scared of you already. When you get emotional, they're like, shit, we're going to kill him. We don't know what they're going to do. Or how he's going to respond. So, you can't be an emotional black. I preach that. You can't be an emotional black man.
But at home, can you be?
Now, at the same time, I tell my wife that, and my cousins that I envy women because y'all are able to be vulnerable. I envy it because I would like to be vulnerable and just sit back and just let everything go. Like, damn, I just need a break sometimes.
I need a break.
But we can't do that as men because we looked at as
feminine, or I guess. And let me take.
So I can't take selfies because. I just want to.
If you say what,
I just want to pump myself up like, nigga, yeah, you opposite.
So let's go.
I'm having a bad day. But look, and some people told. I heard somebody say, I'm emptying out I save my photos on Facebook so I can make space in my phone.
Okay.
I don't know how. I mean, I'm just saying that I've heard that too.
What about the cloud? They have the iCloud shit or whatever?
So let's talk about gender roles. Like, do you believe that there should be gender roles in a society? Like, there should be things.
Yeah,
there
his
should be
wife at the
things
house with the kids
that
while he
women
at work,
should do,
yeah.
and
No,
things
but my
that
wife
men should do.
And you better tell the truth.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I do, and I don't think gender roles are wrong necessarily in a society.
I don't either.
I think when they're forced upon people, then that's when it's wrong. But like, my wife make 3 times as much money as I make. You think I be tripping? We eating. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about that. Like, I understand.
But you're still the head of the household, no matter. Yeah.
Exactly.
But so that's what we're talking about. So gender roles, is it okay for the woman to be the head of her household
Most women are the head of their household.
with the man in it?
No.
In what
I'm
way?
saying with a man.
no.
I'm saying
Okay.
in a relationship.
No.
Should I be leading my household?
No.
And
Not from what I believe. No.
Yeah.
But what I believe isn't law.
Yeah.
It's law to me.
Yeah.
It's law to the people
Everyone's
who believe
home is
like
different.
me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not a law to other religions and other people. But the way I believe spiritually, yes, the man should be household. That doesn't mean I'm the head and she's down here.
Yeah.
We can be the same spot, but just when it's coming from me.
So y'all gonna have a conversation, like something's going on, y'all gonna make a decision together, and you're gonna be like, okay, when it come down to it, okay, this what we're gonna do.
And I'm gonna be open minded
because it's the best for the family.
That's the key. It's gonna progress us forward. If it does, then we rolling with it, and it could be her idea.
Yeah.
But if it's something where you both are just not coming to a consensus, and it's a decision has to be made, the head of the household has to make that decision, and you feel like it should be the man of the house.
I don't feel that way. We feel that way.
Ooh, that's good. I like it. Let me
correct your ass real quick. First off,
I like that.
I mean, that's real.
You gotta both understand that, and when y'all both agree, touch and agree, boy. Let me say,
because if I didn't think she was ready for it, I wouldn't even address her. She wouldn't even be part of the solution.
Okay, I get it. I definitely get it.
You chose a good mate.
Indeed,
chose a good mate.
That is a part of having a successful marriage, is choosing the right person to be married to,
or not even choosing. Some people have the right mate and don't, and God, or I take that back. It's not choosing. It's understanding that God gave you that person.
Okay, for a reason.
Right, because God might give you a gift, and you choose what you think is right, and might be right, but it's not what God
had for you.
Yeah.
Man, who you telling?
Not what God said.
They hit home, baby.
They hit home.
Oh, she had a moment.
Because let me tell you something, and not to just even put my personal out there. When I was married previously to her brother, I never felt like that was something that God put together. That was always my decision. I wanted to be with him.
To work, right?
Yeah, I remember when I agreed to marry him. When he proposed to me, I had just said, I don't want to marry you. But he asked me to marry him, and I still said
I ain't
finna
pass this up.
Yeah, like, and it
took it upon itself.
Yeah, so what you're saying is correct. And we couldn't, and then I'm going to tell you, we ended up moving in together and all of that stuff, and the relationship just was so rocky. Mm-hmm. And I said, maybe it's because I'm not doing it right under God's eyes. So I was like, you know what? Let me get married. Right. Yeah, let me marry him. Let's not shack up. Right. Let's get married. Right. And it got worse. And it wasn't because we wasn't doing it right. It's just what God had for me. Yeah. And God gave me every opportunity to leave the situation, but I kept doing what I wanted to do.
I can make it work.
I can make this work instead of letting God do what he do.
Because when God do it, it's easy.
Oh, it's easy.
Well, I take that back.
No, wait. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Ain't nothing easy.
Yeah, because they killed Jesus.
So let me tell you what, you know why it ain't easy? Because the devil gonna kill, steal, and destroy. Right. And whenever God puts something together, the devil attack harder.
But it ain't going. I say it's not easily broken.
It's not easily broken.
It's not easily broken. Yeah,
but how do you determine when you say, okay, this is the one? Like, how did you know your wife was the one?
I've told this story 100,000 times because it's so real. People like, oh, you bullshitting, saying no. But I met my wife over one of my friend's house. She came with a friend. He and her friend were playing. They were talking already, so they were playing and play fighting.
Yeah.
And she went over to help, and I went over to grab her. When I grabbed her, I felt something like it wasn't lustful, it wasn't sexual, but I felt an energy. And I knew from that day on. Like it took me 7 years to marry her. It took me a long time to act like she was my wife, but I knew from that day that I was gonna marry her.
That's
no lie. Like
that's intense.
Shout
I love
out to wifey because I like that. I like that because.
And I don't get me wrong. I was still Seneca, and I still, but
who is Seneca? You was still who is Seneca? You got the alter ego?
Oh yeah, he had a lot of things.
He probably was a different Seneca than he is now. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
I'm 41 now.
41.
And when we met, I was 18.
Oh wow, yeah. So definitely, that's
yeah. You didn't grow up together.
Oh, she didn't stop.
Y'all the same age?
She's 38 now.
Okay.
She lied when we met. I'm 16. She was like 15 or 14. 15, I think. But she's either 2 or 3 years younger than me. Yeah.
Listen, she done been through some shit with his ass.
18-year-old Seneca?
She done been through some things. Shout out to her because.
But we was talking about the other day, like just yesterday. I think I told her, I said I think we're doing something with the kids. Oh, Halloween with the kids, and I was just reflecting, and I said, we started this like 16 years ago. We didn't know what the hell we was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no
How far y'all
blueprint,
come?
no nothing. I'm like, yeah, so, yeah.
Are her parents still together? Your parents still together?
Her parents were together, got divorced, and got back together.
Wow.
After marrying other people.
Wow.
My mom and dad are divorced and got remarried.
To a separate
Why? Separate people. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Do you think that makes a difference in how you are and what you aspire for when it comes to relationships? Because I feel like a lot of women be like, I'm cool, I'm single, I'm happy, I'll be okay being single. It's because you watched your mama be single pretty much her whole life. Right. You don't know what marriage looks like for real and how a happy marriage looks. You know, I'm guilty of that. Like, I be doing some toxic shit sometimes.
And you got to think about it, like that was an agenda by somebody, so it has to be powerful. Like that was a government agenda to split up our family.
Absolutely right.
So that has to be something powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They created
to keep the black man out the black home.
Yes. I mean, gave y'all money. You got the drug thing.
If you keep him out the house, we'll give you this
give you
much.
He
per
cannot
month.
be in the house.
Period.
In the house,
and we coming
that
to do
shit.
checks.
What? We taking that shit. Like, that's crazy.
We gonna help you as long as he ain't
He
there.
ain't there, right?
As long as he ain't there, you good.
That birthed the independent woman. Like, I mean, it's different now, but that birthed the independent woman.
Finally, it's changing.
Yeah, it's changing now.
Finally,
but that birthed it,
because
though.
for years and years,
but at the same time, shout out to independent women, because when my wife gone, like, she used to travel a lot before she got this position, and she was going a lot, and I had the kids to myself. I'm like, oh shit, you gone again? I'm not doing this. Nah, hell no.
Thank you. Yes.
No, so shout out to, like, that's I couldn't
do what you gotta do.
Right.
You do
And I got some fellas that do the same thing too. Got custody of their kids too. So shout out to them too.
That's dope.
Okay, can I double back real quick? Are you able to be vulnerable at home?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's cool.
But it's taken. I don't even think it was her. It was me that was afraid to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because of the stereotype.
Yeah.
Like, she went, like, she's craving it, and I'm like, yeah. And so I tell women, like, vulnerability is a strength.
Yes, it is.
Not a
It
weakness, that's a
definitely
strength.
is. It definitely.
Absolutely. There's a person I follow to hear more who really helped us with the podcasting and things like that. And he had a hard life growing up and things like that. And he's been married for some time. And recently he was on a podcast and he just broke down crying because he said everything, I have to be strong everywhere, no matter if I'm in the workplace, I'm with my boys, I'm at home with my kid, I have to be strong everywhere. Yeah. And he was like, I'm to the point where I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
But his wife has made it comfortable for him to be vulnerable at home now. Like, I didn't know that you needed this.
Yeah.
No.
Let me do my part as your wife to make it a comfortable place for you to be open with your emotions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Because, like I said, we have masculine things, feminine things. You have human things. That's a human.
Yeah. That is definitely.
That's a human. It's not a me or you.
and both male and females have feminine and masculine energies.
I think I struggle with that as a woman, you know, as a black woman, as an independent black woman. I struggle with that, allowing the man to be vulnerable, you know, because
everything gay.
I'm not, you know, I'm not very.
You live in Atlanta, yeah. That's gay. You got it.
Shit gay.
Nigga, hold on.
Oh no, that's a bit too far.
But no, because I'm not a vulnerable person. I'm very like.
You can't be softer than me, nigga.
Yeah, so I don't want you to be softer than I am, you know what I mean? But what I have learned in just growing, and then the man that I'm with now, is there's a certain way you gotta love a black man. There's a certain way you gotta love a good black man. Right. You know what I mean? And you can't love him the same way that you love that man that didn't even deserve it. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm learning. Is
learn to love the person you're with.
Yes.
Like, how he needs to receive your love.
Not so much as how he needs to receive my love, more of how to just allow a good man to be a good man. Because sometimes as women, when you get to dealing with certain things, you have your guard up. You thinking like, oh, he gonna do this. Oh, he gonna do that. Or like even learning to depend on a man to show up when he's supposed to show up. Because you done been so busy dealing with the ones who didn't do it, you're treating him like, oh, he ain't gonna do it.
And so you've always had to do it.
That's
so I'm gonna get up and go wash my car on Saturdays because the last dude didn't wash my car on Saturdays. But this man, he
find
gonna get up
disrespectful
and
that you doing it.
Yeah, he mad about this shit.
Yeah. So learning those things to say, okay, it's not about me and what I desire as a woman. I have to kind of look at what this man desires and the type of man he wants to be,
Yeah,
and respect him for that, and not judge or stereotype. Because I be stereotyping. I be like,
see, and you got and being a teacher and being and trying to understand that part, you got to understand that you never know what people went through before you.
Yeah.
Like the littlest thing, the thing you think is the most minute thing is the thing that breaks them down.
A trigger for them.
It triggers them back to their home base, and now you can't progress because I'm stuck here. And you don't see it.
yeah.
And they don't even know how to communicate it to you either.
Yeah. Because it hurts. I don't even want to address this issue. I'm trying to hide it from you, and you just touched it without knowing it. So how do I address it? Because I don't even want to talk about it. I'm scared of it.
That's something else I feel with black men. I don't think that a lot of black men understand that your childhood or your background, it has an effect on you 30 years later.
Shows up in your adulthood.
You be thinking like, I'm good. That happened to me. I beat that. It ain't break me, but you broke it.
It's there.
It's there, and we are not equipped to deal with it. You know, we don't have the tools. Like, you know, we're just starting to say it's okay to go get counseling and take care of your mental health.
In the last like 2 to 3 years, like the whole therapy push for black people in general, especially black men, like it's okay. It's cool to get therapy now.
Yeah.
Before you like therapy.
How do you feel about therapy?
I was I'm therapy. I was the same way. My daughter changed my mind like maybe 2-3 years ago. My wife put my daughter in therapy. And she did therapy for like 2 weeks, just trial, and then she was done with it and she liked it. So I'm like, why not keep going?
Yeah.
And at first I was like, I'm ain't going no therapy. We ain't got nobody going to therapy in my family.
Yeah.
Just talk to me. Like, and then she did it, and she's like, Dad, I like it. And so now I'm like, yeah, let's. But I still don't think I would do it still.
You don't?
Really?
Why not?
That's why I have the human experience. I have enough friends and family that I should be able to talk.
Can
to
you
y'all
talk
about.
to your boys about some real shit?
Why if they wouldn't be my boys if not?
There's a lot of men that don't talk to their friends about real shit.
I'm not talking to everybody about everything.
No.
But I have my people that we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
a lot of men don't feel even comfortable talking to their boys.
No, definitely, and because it goes back to the feminine thing. Maybe it goes back.
But that's
to
your boys. Well, I guess your boy could see you as being
But
feminine.
you're right. That's your boy. If that's your boy, like I don't have I have very few new friends. Like I'm still hanging around with Mike B.
Yeah.
D-Shaw. Like if we ain't together, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
Shaw.
what I'm saying?
Shaw saved me one night. Shaw saved me and Tara. Because Tara was about to get into a fight with some girls over a boy. Silly shit. And the cops came and maced us. And it wasn't even us. They should have maced those hoes. But anyway, we got maced, and Shaw grabbed us up in his arms, took us to his car, was taking care of us, pouring water on our eyes. He just really took care of us. I didn't even know Shaw. He knew me because I'm B.Hall little sister, but he didn't just know me. But in that moment, I was just like, that's dope.
That's our crew. That's why 30 years later we still
with y'all heavy.
No,
All of y'all like that though.
Indeed.
Like for real.
That's really dope.
Yeah. Oh,
I think that black men should definitely have brothers and brotherhood and have boy talks like we have girl talks. You know what I mean? I don't look at that as being feminine. I don't look at sharing your emotions as being feminine or anything like that. I just feel like it's certain things generals. Let the women have that and you have this.
Right, but like you said, sometimes the women who haven't had a good man, they don't like that.
Like
they don't like to having a man go out. I'm going out with my dudes. We going to Panama for the weekend. No, you ain't going nowhere, nigga. We need that break.
You know why? Because she's scared to lose her good man. It's hard out here for them.
Some of them be out there wilding.
But we need that. I need to go to Colorado with them.
Some of them go out there and dip in some more vagina, and we be upset.
Listen, especially if you have a history of being a dipper. Like,
a dipper.
You got a history of dipping your
So
sauce.
if you have a history, let's go to this because I've had to deal with this. So a history, I'm gonna always be that.
No. You're not going to always be that. But the problem is that I haven't healed from that yet. So I got to do my work and heal from it. Mm-hmm. Even though I let it go and we're moving on and we're happy, I haven't all the way healed from it. I don't, and sometimes I may project that hurt still on you.
Right.
And, you know,
just like we had our last guest and she was dealing with something like that. And she said it's an everyday process. Her husband stepped out on her and had a baby on her, and every day is a struggle.
No, it is.
So she's learning to trust him again and respect him again because she lost respect for that man.
Especially if you're a woman and you feel like, damn, I was doing everything. I was doing.
I was holding it down.
I was doing everything to make you not cheat on me. You know, what I say, what a man did in his 20s and stuff like that, I push that to the side.
That's the same person, right?
Yeah, you're definitely not the same person. But when you're in your 40s and late 30s and we got a family, you got shit to lose, and you take that chance to lose all of this, that hit deep. That hit hard. And it's like you took a chance to lose everything we got. It's hard to bounce back from that. So you gonna be looking like, I don't trust you because you didn't think about my family when you decided to make that selfish decision. So you got to earn that trust back.
But it's still a mistake. No matter if
it's
I'm
a decision.
15, no, it's not always.
You made a decision to dip in that pussy.
Some decisions are mistakes.
But that's true.
Some decisions are mistakes. Like I made this decision to go left, but I really should have went right. And you know what I mean? So it's forgivable because it is a mistake, but it's not forgettable because of the impact it had on me. Okay. You get that?
That's fair.
You know?
So why do men cheat?
It's the same reason women cheat.
I hate when men say that. Why do women cheat?
How do you know why women cheat?
Well, tell me, because we're human.
I don't know. I've never cheated.
Because they're feminine things, they're masculine things, they're human things. Cheating is a human thing.
It's a human thing.
It's not a.
Okay, so we asking a man that's here today in your 20s.
There's a number of reasons. It could be because of my childhood. I seen my mom and my dad go through that. It could be because I was raised by my uncles and they cheated on all the women. It could be because of movies and videos. It could be because I'm hurting and my wife ain't giving me this. It's a number of reasons.
I ain't never thought about it like that because I always say men cheat for opportunity and women cheat.
Well, because somebody said that, didn't they? They said they saw a woman. That's our last guess. They dick got hard and they want to fuck, so they went and fucked in the car.
Who was that?
That's a reason too.
No,
but that's a reason too.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's a reason too. But I'm saying there's multiple reasons. Like I can't remember. There's multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
why do you think women cheat? Same stuff.
It can be a multiple.
It could be. I just seen that nigga, and I'm used to. Before I got married, I was a hoe, and I'm married now.
Can you turn a hoe into a housewife?
You can turn anything into a housewife. You can turn anything into something if they want to be changed.
You can't do it.
You can't do
they
it.
Can. They have to change
They
themselves.
definitely
Yeah.
have to change.
You can give somebody the same thing at 19 and same thing at 20, and they not ready at 19, but they be ready at 20.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know what I feel like? Experience will change you.
True.
Experience will change you. Like, sometimes you do things because that's all you know. And then when you experience something new, you change that. You're like, hold on, if I do this, then I get this.
Part of learning and growing.
Yeah, so it's just experience will,
It's just life.
you know.
I've been in a few relationships and I've never had the urge to even have another man inside my body, me personally, but it's really because I don't want to ever see that my man hurt if I were to get called or anything like that. And also I don't want that other man to feel like, oh, he got something on my man. Like, that's my man. I respect my man. So I don't want him to have nothing over my man. You know what I'm saying?
Never be able to ever be able to one up my man. You ain't gonna, hell.
And I don't want to hurt, especially being a black man. I'm sorry. Especially being a black man, they are, how do I say it? That I don't want to hurt a black man because they dealing with enough already.
But I've heard my wife say that too. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody be able to say, I was in a room with you and your husband.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a certain type of woman who feels that way. But every woman don't have that.
My question is about that woman. So, did y'all experience cheating in any form or fashion growing up? Like, mom, dad treated them,
my mom has always been like, I've seen her in one relationship at a time, and they were long-term type situations.
And that's part of the reason why, like, our upbringing, like, what you experienced, like, that's not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
I guess for me, being young, my husband cheated on me, and I never would have expected that man to do that to me, and I never wanted nobody to feel like I felt. Okay. That's why I decided I'm not doing that or whatever. Plus, I don't like having different people in my bodies, and that's that.
So y'all both were married?
Yeah, I was
married as a kid.
Yeah.
I got divorced in 21.
Oh, okay.
I've been divorced for 3 years. I was married.
For how long?
A year. I don't know. I'm lying. Listen, I count. I lost count.
Look.
I don't even remember because that shit was up and
It wasn't of God. It wasn't of God.
It wasn't of God.
We'll say it like that. We want to wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We have a final question.
No, I don't have. You have anything you want to say, like, to the people?
I enjoyed it, man. No, I appreciate the invite.
You want to promote your business real quick? They want to hit you on your socials.
You're doing a great job of it.
Blessed to Death. Follow him on Instagram at Blessed to Death.
Yeah.
That's Blessed, and then the number 2, and then DEF. Make sure y'all go order.
And we do custom stuff too. So you got a shirt you want me made, just hit me out. See what I can do for you.
Okay.
Can you make some pretty ugly struggle shirts?
I could.
Don't make that happen then, partner.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you. You were dope. Because the last time we had an in-house male guest, the people told him apart.
Yeah. What?
So
Can I get some back?
you gotta go watch it. The episode.
What is it?
Episode 2.
The fuckboy or not, or something.
I watched that one.
You watched
Yeah.
But with the glass with the, I watched that
Yeah.
one.
So you were a completely different vibe, and we appreciate you.
But y'all
bringing-
didn't treat me like y'all asked him fuckboy questions. Like y'all didn't.
No, because he came in here giving fuckboy
Energy.
whatever you get. You came in here giving us some respectful
Some
energy.
grown man energy.
I couldn't even go in on you because you were talking to me like a grown man. Shit.
He's like, you don't respect me.
No.
That's
I had to
respect me
sit
energy.
my ass down.
Okay, because yeah, with the whole toxic masculinity, he even shut that shit down. Okay, all right.
shit,
For the record, I don't want my man taking a lot of selfies on Instagram. That's just me personally. I don't.
Can we get a poll? Can y'all do a poll on Facebook?
What you feel?
Okay.
What you want to
We're
say?
gonna
Is it gay or what?
Right. No,
No,
not
not
gay.
It's gay.
Not gay.
I'm
Okay.
just joking.
Let's say,
I love gay people. All right.
is it a turnoff?
Okay, I'll do that.
Is it a turnoff for a man to post a lot of selfies on his social media or not? Turn off or not? I
I don't really want nobody pretty to me any goddamn way. so.
personally, I don't even want my man to really have social media. To be honest
No,
with you.
we're going somewhere else with it. Scratch that. We're going somewhere else with it. We're talking about pictures.
And keep it simple.
Yeah,
We're gonna keep it
going
simple.
too
I don't
right
want
there.
my-
Is it a turn off
No,
for a man to
no.
take more
For me,
selfies than his fucking woman
yes.
or whatever?
Yes, for him to post them. I don't care what he does in his
Well, I'm talking about
phone.
social. We're talking about social media.
Yeah, I don't care what he does. He can take 100 of them, a whole bunch of them. If you want somebody to see him, send them to me. I don't want you.
No,
posting.
and not my man. Not that's a different thing too. Because now you
So
think
any
now,
man.
now you're trying to get people like you and you my man. No, not a relationship. Just
Any man is a turn to me. For me, it's a turn off for a man to have a social media page full of selfies.
So y'all answer the question: is it a turn off for men to post a lot of selfies?
A lot of selfies.
Because I do.
A few of them here and there is like, your page is not that. Stop saying that. You don't have a million selfies on
but
there.
I'm every time I get up, I'm taking a picture of myself, whether it's just
Because you
so I can see.
you light skin. That's what light skin is.
Now she really taking it somewhere else.
She thought.
Listen, I had to get
We're
one in.
Trying to get you out of here.
I had to get one in.
Left while I was ahead.
Open the
Shoulda
door.
left while I was ahead.
Okay, y'all. So that's it for today. We've been on here.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait. Let's let the
Pretty
people
boy.
know.
Oh.
We do have a pretty boy.
Oh no, yes, definitely. This is probably gonna be the last episode for a little while. We're gonna take a break, celebrate with the family and through the
So
holidays.
December we'll be like jumping in and out, just
Yeah.
little short snippets, wishing y'all happy holidays, stuff like that. We're not gonna have like full blown episodes
Yeah.
until January.
Yeah.
When we jump off with our
live show. So we're gonna do a live show
You
here.
have to come out.
Come back for a live show.
Here in DFW.
We're trying to have it in Fort Worth.
Yeah, somewhere in Fort Worth, Arlington area. DFW.
I know I'm in Red Oak now, so that's a drive for me. Well, this
Oh,
was
so
a
you
drive
closer
for me
down.
too.
Yeah.
Well, this is an hour away.
Well, DFW,
damn.
I kind of want it to be like, bring your woman out or bring your boys. Like, I want it to be like that type
conversation.
of vibe.
It'll be
It's
like
an
this.
open
Yeah, that's
dialogue.
dope.
We'll have a panel of 4,
Yeah.
and we want to hook up with another podcast, the Opinion Hated
Yeah,
podcast.
we think about hitting
That's
up.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just having a
Talking.
great conversation.
Grown
and
people conversation.
Don't forget
drinks
about
and
me.
good food.
Don't
We
forget about
definitely
me.
won't. So that's it though for today. Pretty boy of the week. We're gonna give it to this guy right here.
Hey.
Great. You represent the black man well, sir. We appreciate you for coming on. You out here making a difference with our youth, our up and coming black men. You're doing your thing. You represent married men very well. Big upping and protecting our black women.
Absolutely.
You have a beautiful black queen that you're definitely
And you're very
protecting.
supportive. Very
Yeah.
supportive.
So we appreciate you. Pretty
Pretty girl. Do you have it in your phone?
Oh, okay. So Pretty Girl, it's going to be, I think we're going to do 2 this week because we haven't really been shouting out any women lately. One of the people is my personal friend. Her name is Andrea Nelson. She's going through something right now. Her son has had to, one day her son fainted at school and he had something wrong with his heart. I don't know all the details. I can't remember. But he's had to have a heart transplant.
Yeah.
And
he's just a sophomore in high school.
I think he's a sophomore, and his name is Buddy. So shout out to him. And I know her struggle. We talk about it on a regular basis. I see her hurt. I know what she's going through. She's in a hospital constantly. But she constantly supports. You know what I mean? She's always retweeting us or sharing us and commenting,
liking, subscribing.
Yeah, she sends me like, "Dang, you doing a good job. Keep it up." Like,
she's spreading love and joy even though she's going
struggle,
through.
and that represents the pretty ugly struggle so well. Like, we make things on the outside look so beautiful, and you struggling on the inside. You know what I mean? So definitely shout out to Andrew.
We commend you.
Yeah, we appreciate your support, and I'm proud of you.
And we praying for you.
And we definitely are. And we also said we're gonna do Charmaine Kylie, my girl Charmaine.
Hi, Charmaine.
She just been out here promoting like black health. Like I've been watching.
Health is wealth.
She been like promoting like that. She does these challenges every week on Facebook. Like she'll be like, okay, this week we're doing a squat challenge, and she just next week, then the week they did the smoothie challenge and the
gallon of
water challenge.
Yeah.
And the reason it's important to me is because I feel like her audience, people who, she got a lot of young kids like kind of like look up to her, and it's like they see you doing this, and this is the average person that wouldn't drink a gallon of water every day. You know what I'm saying? And it's each one teach one. You touch one life, you done made a big difference. So I shout out to you for that. We appreciate you, girl. Health as well. Do your thing.
Keep it up, pretty girl.
That's it. Closing remarks. That's it.
That's it. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, The Pretty Ugly Struggle, on Apple Podcasts, on Radio Play, and on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, comment on our YouTube channel, The Pretty Ugly Struggle.
Share.
We appreciate the love.
It's been real.
We growing.
I'm your girl, Conni Luv.
I'm your girl, B.Hall.
And that's another week.
See ya. We'll see you next year.
Bye. That was
Great
good.
job, ladies.
It's not going to air for like 3 weeks, so it'll be.